The fishing news is brought to you by Interlux Marine Paint.
Hey there, Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web video fishing forecast. Well, since the ice wasn't quite where I wanted it to be this past Monday, I ended up meeting up with my friend and Rhode Island field editor John Hanasek for a few hours of making sawdust on his lathe. We spun up a couple different designs, including the lure to be featured in the February issue of the Fisherman magazine, the Master Lure Straight Eel. It's a large profile surface swimming metal lip that I've long wanted to fish but was unable to get my hands on one that I could add to my bag. Well, stay tuned to the February issue due out next week for complete details on how you can make one of these awesome plugs yourself. And keep in mind that I'm still looking for pictures of lures that you have made over the years based on Dave Anderson's always popular lure building articles. If you've got some pictures, shoot me an email at tlapinski@thefisherman.com with some of your work, as I'd like to feature them in an upcoming web feature article. Alright, moving on into the report. We're going to start off, as always, in Connecticut, where I talked to Kierran Broatch, fisherman contributor, as well as author of the blog, the Connecticut Yankee, and he found some hard water in Connecticut this week and iced an awesome 38-inch pike for his efforts. He said the fish was safely released after a few quick pictures, but he wasn't much more optimistic on the forecast for making ice than I am. While we finally have some nice cold temperatures this week, the accompanying winds will slow the ice formation, and the predicted snow coming up this weekend shouldn't help things out either. In any event, if you do venture out onto the ice this week, I still urge you to use extreme caution as it remains sketchy at best in most spots. And then down in Rhode Island, we're finally starting to see some seasonable weather across the region, and the cod bite, or should I really say the ability to sail, has been affected. Most of the boats are getting out just a couple of times a week, but they are finding good fish when they are able to sail. Captain Tony, a booked-off charter, has made his final trip of the season this week and loaded up on both cod as well as bergals per his client's request. Francis Fleet and the 7Bs are also reporting good fishing with both bait and jigs producing. Now, I'm not really sure what's going to happen after this big weather event that's supposed to hit the region this coming weekend. Only time will tell. Likely the boats won't be able to sail over the weekend, but you never know. Maybe it'll shake things up just enough to really turn that bite on after things settle down next week. Then up in Massachusetts, one of the staffers from the Goose Hummock Shop headed out to the mainland Massachusetts this week and found some ice about 5 inches or so, as well as some bass and pickerel that were cooperative. I'm hearing of more and more similar reports from Massachusetts this week as some of the smaller ponds are iced up across the state, but again, there's still no universal safe ice to be found. With all the winds this week, it's not speeding up the ice formation, and obviously, like I said, that snow that's coming this weekend, once it gets onto the ice, is only going to insulate it and slow down the ice formation, so please be very careful if you do head out onto the ice. Well, there you have it. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine. Let you know if you head on the ice or onto the water this weekend, wish you tight lines.
The fishing news is brought to you by Interlux Marine Paint.